I've been wearing this shirt for 3 days. I found this shirt at Urban Outfitters. Okay, you can't really see it. I found this shirt at Urban Outfitters and it's The Office, obviously. And I put it on as soon as I got home and I haven't taken it off since. In fact, on day one, actually, I spilled Coke on it, so it's fine. All of my favorite things coming together into one. I'm disgusting. Hey y'all, I am back from Miami. I'm in my house. I actually moved things around again, so the background changed. Are you surprised? Probably not. But I wanted to make this video because honestly, every time I make a Ouija board video, every time I make a Ouija board video, I just like to sit down and talk to you guys about what the fuck happened, because I just feel like so much happens and it's like such a long video and I just like to break it down a little bit. And I really like talking about this shit, so here we are. We're gonna talk about it. I also want to see something cute. I was at the mall the other day when I bought this shirt. Honestly, I don't know who gives me money and I don't know why I'm allowed to spend it, but I buy the dumbest shit, you guys. Like, I never buy anything that I actually need. I go and buy the same things that I already have, but in different forms. Like, I didn't need a $30 office t-shirt from Urban Outfitters, and I really didn't need to buy a mini porg. But I did. And he sticks to things. Like, how fucking cute is that? Like, I can stick him to my window. It's adorable. But I saw this mini porg at GameStop and it was the only one there. It's like the only one. And I like asked my friend, I was like, should I get it? And he was like, yeah, like you have to, it's your brand. And I was like, I'm not gonna get it. Like, it's $15 fucking for this thing. I also got a sticker. So, but then I walked back and I was like, I need him in my life. And he's so cute. Like, can we just say that? And like, okay, I had to. Like, are you joking? This is the cutest shit in the entire world. Mom and dad, or dad and son. Are you a boy? He's a boy. You can't even see him. Ugh, whatever. You're too tall. Okay, we're gonna talk about Ouija boards. I promise we're not just gonna talk about porgs the whole time, but I'm starting a collection of porgs. I love porgs. They're my favorite. I think if I had to choose one thing in this world that I love the most, it would be porgs. And Diet Coke and The Office. I have a problem. I only like, what's wrong with me? Okay, Ouija boards. I kind of want to start off the video with a little story for you guys. It's not a very crazy or dramatic story, but it's an interesting little thing that happened to me yesterday, actually. So Kayla is not here right now. She went to Austin to go to the Post Malone concert, and I decided to stay home so I could get work done. I didn't get any work done yesterday. I played Toontown for like 12 hours. Also, Toontown's taking over my life. It's just a fun game, okay? It's a fun little grindy game. And I fucking love it, okay? And my tune is like the cutest thing in the world, but whatever. But okay, I was playing Toontown yesterday and I decided that I was gonna get up and like do something with my life. And so I was just cleaning and like moving things around because I'm just really weird like that. So I was moving my furniture around a little bit and then I started organizing my fridge. I don't know why. I do that when I'm bored. I just feel like organizing my fridge. I'm a blast at parties. I don't know. But I was cleaning my kitchen, like cleaning out my fridge and stuff, and I was singing really loud. Like, I had music playing from my computer. I was like listening to the 1975. I was singing really loud, which also, I live in an apartment complex, so it's probably not the smartest idea because everyone and their mother can hear me, but I don't really give a shit. So I was singing and I wasn't thinking about anything. Like, I wasn't thinking about tea or about like spirits or ghosts. It's not just like something that's constantly on my brain. But I was in my fridge and I was singing whatever, and I saw something move really fast across my living room. And if you guys have actually, I'll just show you really quick. It's not like it's that hard. I have like this little man's right here, this little like hole. So I was just like standing there by my fridge. And so I could see something like out here in the living room. So I saw like out of the corner of my eye, something behind me run through the living room really fast. And it was just like a black shadow figure, which I've seen before. Like, I think I told a story a really long time ago about how I was like in my closet, like when I lived in Arizona, and I was putting something away and I saw someone standing behind me. Like, I could see just like a black figure standing behind me out of the corner of my eye. And when I turned around, it was gone. And so that was essentially the same thing that happened. So like, I turned around really fast because I saw it like dart across the living room. And so I turned around and I was like, holy shit. I was like, T, is that you? And so I tweeted because I thought it was funny. I was like, I was singing really loud and I saw something in my living room and I'm pretty sure it was T telling me to shut the fuck up. But you guys, like, I don't know if you guys have watched the video or if you watched it like the whole fucking thing. Oh my God. It's been over a week since we did the board and since like I've posted the video. Well, actually, I posted the video yesterday when I'm recording this, but it's been over a week since we filmed the video and I'm still speechless. Like, I'm still in shock from everything that happened in it. And I just want to talk about it. I just feel like everything that happened was so crazy and so unreal. I just like want to talk about it. And I feel crazy. I feel crazy when I talk about it, but I love talking about it. But T is here, like right now. Like, T could be sitting in this chair for all we know. Like, she could be in the background of all my videos for all we know. And that's something that we discovered when we used the board. It's like that she's always fucking here. Like, what? I just like Me and Kayla were thinking yesterday, because we had gotten home from Miami, or not yesterday, whenever we got back from Miami, we walked into my apartment and we just like put all of our stuff down, and Kayla was like, oh, we forgot to say hi to T. And I was like, oh my god, like she's here. It's just like the weirdest thing, because I've never felt like anybody was here. Like I've never really felt like a presence, or at least like all the time, I guess. There have been weird times where I feel like I'm being watched, but I just feel like I'm paranoid all the time, so that just happens to me. Or weird things have happened. Like, oh, also, I told a story when I first moved into this apartment, and I was like, I don't think my apartment's haunted, but there's just like weird shit that keeps happening. Like things will be moved slightly, or like I have a towel in my bathroom that's like always folded and it's like for you to like dry off your hands, but I never really use it for that. It's just kind of more for show, but it'll always be like unfolded or touched or moved a little bit. And now that Kayla's here, I mean, obviously that's because of her, but before, when I lived by myself, I wouldn't really use it. I would use like a different towel, and it would always be moved slightly or unfolded a little bit, and I'm like, who's doing this? Or like with my dishes, like I would put them out to dry and they would just be like moved in the morning, or like moved a little bit later, and I'd be like, did I do that? Like what the fuck? And it kind of makes sense now, because she's able to move things, and she told us that. Also, not sure if you guys watched the video in its entirety, so I'm gonna tell like mini stories even if we did tell them that video. The first day that Kayla moved here, we had both of our phones set on like completely flat surfaces. She had her phone set on my dresser, or like my nightstand, and I had mine set on my hamper, flat surfaces, and both of our phones flew off. Both of them. Kayla's flew off fucking twice, and mine was connected to a charger, but my charger is really long, so it wouldn't be like the charger snagging or anything, and Kayla's was unplugged. So, and T fucking said it was her, and we were like, if you're able to do that, like, are you able to like do anything else? And she kind of told us, I mean, we kind of inferred, while she's talking to us on the board, she can't do that kind of stuff because it takes so much energy to like even speak to us that she can't do anything else. So, I don't know, you're not talking to us right now, so you want to like knock something over, don't break it though, please. It's like the weirdest thing, because I'm like, who am I talking to? Like I'm like, I sound insane right now, but like she's here, and she told us that she's here, and I know that she's here. It's like I always feel like I'm watching what I'm doing now. Like if I'm doing something weird, like when I'm by myself, I'm always like, did you see that? Because I just like, I don't want her to think I'm a weirdo, which I mean, at this point she's seen it all. So also, I know a lot of you guys knew what I bleeped out in the video. Fuck off, you guys. I bleeped it out for a reason. Stop putting it in the comments, assholes. Just kidding. It was pretty obvious what it was, but I didn't want to cut it out. I don't like cutting things out of my video. Would rather bleep it out. And even if you guys know what I said, I'd rather it be like, at least I tried to like take it out, but I couldn't, because I just hate cutting things out, because then people are like, this is so fake, like you're cutting through it, whatever. And I'm like, oh, fuck off. The ending of the video got pretty choppy, mainly because Kayla and I were dead ass just sitting there. We were like, what the fuck do we ask next? Like we were running out of questions, and also we were in shock. I had a couple people commenting, and they were like, how are you guys so calm throughout this entire thing? But honestly, we just didn't know what was happening. Like we didn't expect the board to work at all, which was a horrible mindset to go like into it with. We didn't even think the board was going to work, which was just an awful mindset to have going into it. And we sat there for maybe 10-15 minutes before we even got it to move like the tiniest bit, and we're just like really impatient. I know that's not a long time at all to wait for the board to work. I started out really nervous that it wasn't going to work because I couldn't get it to work before. Kayla was nervous that it wasn't going to work, and she just really wanted to talk to T. And then when it wasn't working for that like 15 minutes, we both were like, fuck, like what are we supposed to do? Like if this doesn't work, we're going to be so sad. Kayla was like, I can't believe that we're never going to speak to her again. Like Kayla was heartbroken. I'm not kidding. Just like the thought of us never speaking to her again. Because Kayla was like, the one time we said goodbye to her when I was going to Argentina, she's like, we didn't know that would be the last time we spoke to her. She's like, we didn't even like get to actually say goodbye to her. It was kind of just like a, we'll talk to you soon kind of thing. And so we were both really upset about that. And then it started to work, and we just were both like, what? We didn't even know how to react to any of it. And we were using the board for probably like an hour and a half. I cut it down to like about 50 minutes, I believe. And so you can see our faces too. When we could feel the planchette starting to move a little bit, we were like I made like the, you like crabby panties, don't just Squidward face. Like I was like, but it was kind of like the same thing that happened when we first started using the board too. And pretty much every time that I've used the board since, where it moves really, really slow, and then she gets faster as time goes on. And then, you know, she has her little code so that we know it's her. We have questions that we ask her every single time, like what's her favorite food, what's her favorite drink, and it's always the same answer, obviously. The thing that I thought was so cool, I mean, and not cool because it's like a really unfortunate thing to happen to her, but something that I think is absolutely insane is that our theory was fucking right, you guys, or at least one of the many theories that you guys had. Again, not sure if you guys watched the video in its entirety, but I'm gonna go over like points of the video. It's also easier, I mean, so you guys don't have to sit there and watch the whole thing. We like have that video for people who I guess are skeptical or people who like to watch those videos. It's definitely more emotional when you actually watch the video versus me just talking about it afterwards. But I like to go over everything that happened just because it's like a 50-minute video condensed and I can just talk about all the key points, you know, that kind of thing. Ghost lessons, Ouija board class with Courtney, Ouija board class with cjades. Ouija board 101. What was I fucking saying? Oh yeah, so I made a video about our Ouija board theories about what happened to T or why the board wasn't working. And one of the theories was that somebody attached themselves to T and she was trying to like save us from speaking to them pretty much. So she would never come through on the board in the fear that they would also come through. I hope that makes sense. So she was scared to talk to us because she thought maybe they could overpower her and then they would talk to us and pretend to be her. Kind of like how Hop used to do it, like back in the day. That also made me kind of sad that she hasn't spoken to Hank or Hop. She doesn't know if Hank moved on or not. It also really sucks that they can't speak to us here, but I mean, I understand why. It's also weird because I couldn't speak to them even when I was in Arizona, so I'm wondering if like both of them moved on. Like, I don't know if Hank moved on and then T left to come to Texas with me and maybe Hop was like lonely, which like breaks my fucking heart, you guys. Like I think about this stuff all the time and I'm just like, damn, like I have like my own little theories for what fucking happened to them. I don't know. But I mean, I'm just like wondering if that's what happened because even when I was in Arizona trying to use the board, we got nothing. And I mean, we found out that we couldn't talk to T in Arizona unless I have this board because she's attached to that board. She's not attached to like me personally, she's attached to the board and then the other person's attached to her. What was I saying? I got off track. Our theory was right. So when we went to the White Rock Lake, when Morgan and I went, T met somebody there, a boy. I don't know who he is. She doesn't even know his name, she said, so we'll just call him asshole. I don't know. So she met this asshole, sorry, because he's totally here right now. She met this asshole and he attached himself to her and she's attached to the board. So he's with her all the time and she's with the board all the time. It's basically what we have going on here, but she's stronger than him. But I think she was still scared to speak to us before because it was like, there's still a chance that maybe he could take over and speak for her. Kind of like how she could speak for Riley or she could overpower Hop sometimes and come back and talk to us. Like she just loves us that much that she could do whatever the fuck she wants. But then we also discovered that the silver coin actually really does help a lot more than I thought it did. Honestly, I think some of that stuff is just bullshit when I hear it, when people are like, oh, use white candles or use this or do this and this, and I'm like, does it really do anything? But we asked her and she was like, yeah, the coin, like that's the reason I'm talking to you right now. So we kept the coin, like the same coin that we used. We actually kept it with the board so it's with her like at all times because we're just like cute and shit. So we kept that coin. It's just like a fucking nickel, you guys. Like it's dead ass just a nickel. Apparently that helps a lot, and the nickel, I guess, or like the silver coin wards off evil spirits. So whoever she's with is clearly evil or mean or malicious. I mean, I don't know. You guys know I don't really believe in like the Zozo bullshit, like whatever. But we know that she has somebody who's like a more negative person attached to her. Thought I saw the wasp. The wasp is gone, I think. I haven't seen him since I came back from Miami. It's been a couple days. I'm hoping he doesn't return. I hate him. T said she knows who the wasp is. The whole video was pretty much just us having like this weird friendly conversation with T. Like a lot of people were like, I love this and I love that you guys can just like sit here and talk and laugh. They're like, but we want more serious questions to be asked, which like I completely understand. It kind of goes back to the whole shock factor of the whole thing. Kayla and I didn't expect the board to work, so when it did, we had no questions lined up, you guys. Like we went into that so unprepared, and it was T, so it's like we didn't feel like obligated to like ask any huge questions. We know that we can just sit there and fuck around with her, and that's like all she wants to do, just like talk to us. But we will have questions for next time. I've been reading your guys' comments and things that you guys want us to ask, and if you guys want to leave questions down below, please do that. Kayla gets back I believe tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll get to film anything before we leave for VidCon, because we leave for VidCon in about 4 days, I think. But we can definitely film something after VidCon, and then I'll get that up as soon as possible. T literally was like, we can do this shit all the time. So I definitely want to get these videos up as much as I fucking can. So if you guys have any questions that you want us to ask, leave them down below and I'll make sure to ask them. I'm trying to think of, I had so much more that I wanted to talk about, but I'm drawing blank. Drawing a blank, y'all. I know I'm gonna be so mad at myself if I like end off the video and didn't even talk about everything I wanted to talk about. And I just feel like I didn't even wrap up anything. I just have been rambling, of course. I'm actually gonna go to the video's comments and read the comments because that'll probably spark my memory a little bit. Oh, okay, somebody actually said, like a bunch of you guys actually said that there was whispering in the background of the video, so I wanted to listen, see if I could hear that with you guys. Honestly, Kayla and I whisper a lot during the video. We're talking to each other, so I just always like to see if it actually is anything or if it's just us, because I don't want you guys to think you hear all these things and it just be me and Kayla fucking around in the background. So I'm gonna plug in my headphones and we're gonna take a listen. We're gonna see what the fuck happens. What the fuck is up, Kyle? Also, I'm sorry about the quality of the video. Honestly, okay, I don't need that in. When we start talking to her, we kind of just forget that we're filming at the time. I have a really low voice, or like I'm like very soft-spoken. So I mean, pretty far away from the camera while we're filming. So I literally, like, you can't hear anything I'm saying ever in the video, and I'm so sorry for that. I tried to caption when it was like you really couldn't hear me, but it was like hard to caption the whole thing, but I tried to do the best that I could. Also, let me know if you guys liked how I did the board letters, like how I just like put them in the middle right there, if that made it easier for you guys, or if you guys like don't give a shit. I don't know. I know that we need to start saying it out loud. We just have so much that we have to work on. We hadn't filmed one in probably almost a year, so we're pretty rusty. We're rusty with the board, rusty with filming it at least. And so I know we need to get used to saying everything out loud, saying exactly what she said out loud, or like, you know, because we would be like M-E, but we should just be like, oh, she said me, and then maybe like explain to the camera a little bit about more like what we're talking about. I know I need to talk to you guys more during the sessions, but like we're having a conversation with her, so it's like we almost want it to be more personal like that, where we are having a conversation with her. I mean, we literally forget that we're filming sometimes, and then we're like, oh yeah, by the way guys, this is what happened, because it's just like, I don't know, it's so crazy what we're doing that sometimes you just like don't think about that kind of stuff. So I never think to talk to the camera or to say things out loud, because I just think like, what should I ask next, or what should we say next, or what are we gonna do next, like that kind of thing. I just think like, what else should we ask? What else should we talk about? So we're gonna get better at that, I promise. I'll speak louder in the next one. I'm a mouse, what can I say? And then we'll get better at reading out loud what she's putting on the board, and then I can also put that on the screen as well. Like, that's not hard. But I know it's very quiet, and I know it's very like, what the fuck are you saying? And it's like, sorry. But okay, I wanted to see, because like I said, I was very quiet the whole video, if it was just like me talking by chance or Kayla talking, but in like a lower whisper, and it's just like, okay. 2034, let's see. Okay, this is gonna be, I'm like 40. I don't know how to use my fucking phone. I got an ad for my own video. How annoying. That was Kayla. That was Kayla going, okay. Yeah, at 2034, Kayla went, okay. Her voice, like, it looks like it doesn't sync up very well, but it's definitely Kayla just being like, okay. Actually, I want to see the other timestamps that people gave me, because there were a couple. People were saying that they turned on captions during like the ×2 speed parts, but I muted those, so I mean, nothing would happen during those parts. And during the ×2, Kayla and I were talking a lot. Like, we were just like asking questions back and forth, or being like, do you want to ask this, or like whatever. So we were talking to each other a lot during the like sped up parts. Somebody just commented on one of my videos and said, what kills this video is that you talk and talk. Let the video play. Your voice drove me crazy. All of my videos have my fucking voice in it, then okay. Also, people were asking if Kayla lives here now. She'll be here until she goes back to college, so she'll be here for like 2 more months, I believe. 37:48. Let's see. Nothing happened at that point, so I think maybe they just thought that part was intense. Like, I don't fucking know. About the Goatman Bridge. Actually, that was so cool, you guys. That was something I didn't even realize at the time. I realized afterwards. So T told us that she was attached to the board, like not me specifically. And so I asked her, I was like, were you at the White Rock Lake with us? And she was like, yeah, I was there. Like, I tried to talk to you guys, whatever, but somebody took over. And then we actually found out that like my camera falling and all of our stuff flipping was an angry spirit, which like I already knew that it was. Like, I knew it was, because there's no way any of that stuff would have happened like just normally. But it's crazy to have it confirmed by her, and that like somebody was just pissed off so that they like were trying to get us to leave. Like, they just flipped all of our shit and they're like, go. But okay, so she was there and she was trying to talk to us, but then when we asked about Goatman Bridge, she wasn't there. And I was kind of like, oh, that's weird. Like, you're in Texas with me, why weren't you at the bridge? But it's because I didn't use my board at the bridge. Like, I used the random persons like that we met there. We met Molly and one of her friends. That's a really old video. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, but we went to the Goatman Bridge, me and Dylan did, and we met 2 people there, and we used their board with them. And T was like, yeah, I wasn't there with you, like I didn't try to talk to you, but it's literally because I didn't have that fucking board, and that's the one she's attached to, which is so crazy, because everything just makes so much sense and we don't even realize it at the time. That's the part that's so crazy to me. Like, I watched the video back and I'm like, oh my god, like this all makes so much sense and we don't even fucking know. Like, she'll spell things out and we're like, what? Or like, she'll understand a question that Kayla asked and I don't even understand the question and she can still answer it, and it's like, I don't know, like, it's just crazy. Like, all of the stuff makes so much sense. Like, I don't even know how, like, it literally leaves me speechless, and I can talk about anything for as long as I want, but it literally leaves me fucking speechless. I think that's pretty much all I had to say in this video. Honestly, if you guys have any questions or if you guys want to discuss this further, leave your questions down below. Questions for me, questions for T, whatever you guys want to know about. And then I'll try to get another Ouija board video filmed very soon. They're definitely going to be happening more often, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like these. I hope these make it easier for you to understand what's been happening, I guess, instead of just having to watch 51 minutes and then that pretty much be the end of it. I like to just go back and talk about it. I don't know, it makes me feel better. I can talk about everything, then I realize things, you guys realize things. It's awesome. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and me and T will see you in the next one. Bye. Leave a little room for her right here so she can say bye to you guys too. T, where you at, babe? Sitting on the couch with me? Sitting with my porg? Do you whip? I wonder. Like, I wonder if she like whips with us when we do these things. She said that she hears the dumb shit that we say, so she sees the dumb shit that we do. And I wonder if she does it with us. Okay. See ya.